Hey y'all, this is Charlie here with another video, a message of encouragement and inspiration, inspiring you to love yourself, appreciate yourself, and remember how much we all matter. We're all in this together. Anyways, today, before I even start the message, I always want to start by telling yourself, ask yourself, when I share these messages, if they don't resonate with you, it's okay, but always check with yourself when you hear anything, if this resonates with you, and remember how much you truly matter and how much I truly love and appreciate everyone who listens and everyone who is just in this understanding and remembering we're all doing this together. Anyways, well, I'm learning. I'm in a time where I'm truly of letting myself surrender and let go. And what I'm truly learning to do is to surrender and let go and trust the process and have faith that everything is happening for my highest good. And everyone around me who is being challenged to be who they are is happening for their highest good. But I really believe the biggest thing we are now are being challenged to let go of any belief or any situation or any condition or any person, places, or anything that no longer resonate with you. And I understand from my perspective how scary and challenging that can be. From our ego's perspective, from our higher perspective, it's like we're all in. And that's why I guess I encourage, if something scares you and excites you at the same time, I would encourage you to go for it. I really would. I would encourage you to go for it. But anyways, I had an epiphany yesterday, and I want to share this with you. I was sitting outside, and I was just sitting out there just feeling the oneness with everything, and I was staring up at the clouds. And I was watching the clouds mix, the darker clouds, the lighter clouds, and the consciousness of the water. I had this message. It was profound to me anyways, and that's why I want to share this. The cool thing about water, because from my understanding, water has the longest memory of anything. And then I started asking, okay, well, everything has consciousness, but as I was watching the water mix, the water vibrationally shared something with me. It remembers, no matter what the condition, whether it's cold, hot, warm, it can be steam, rain, ice, and then, it can be anything, and we talk about elements wise. And then it went a little deeper than that, which was very interesting for myself because I love asking questions. And it realized that water can be anything, because on this planet, everything has water in it. Everything. Plants, we are made of water. All the animals have water. And I started realizing that the water can take the physical form of anything, because it remembers vibrationally, it's limitless. It's truly limitless, because water makes up everything. So I asked myself, from a higher state of consciousness, I am water. I am just another expression of water. And when I can embrace the water's perspective and realize it in the right condition or the right vibration, it can be anything. Then I started realizing, part of how I'm understanding how I've changed this beautiful physical body of mine. Sorry, just want to give it to my love right here in front of y'all. I don't give a fuck. But remembering that consciousness of water in the right vibration, it can be anything. And when I would sit in these long meditations that I decided to do for myself, some were inspired, led to me, but they were all, when I was in that feeling of being limitless, Because when you get into feel that connection to who you are, from my perspective, it's a real limitless feeling. It's just being in the all and just being. And when I was in them feelings of what I call limitlessness, my body, consciously as I took them feelings on, I brought them back into my physical body. It helped my body, all the cells in the DNA, as we call it DNA, starts being activated. And you start remembering remembering multi-dimensional selves of who you are. As your cells click on and remember that as the DNA is being activated, from my perspective, by being in that limitless state of being, you realize that from my perspective, I started realizing what these lessons were teaching me. Why I had to go through this. Why I had to go through the nursing home. Why I allowed myself to rely on prescription drugs. Why I believed that everybody knew more than who I knew. And when I say that, the outside, because that was part of the conditions that I allowed myself to experience in this lifetime. My parents told me this. The outside told me this. School told me this. The military told me this. All these different outside perspectives of consciousness were telling me this to help me remember who I am from a higher perspective. Now, the ego was so important from my perspective, for me to love the ego, my ego, because my ego was, from my perspective, was all the beliefs, my ego was loving me enough to carry all these beliefs from this lifetime and past understandings into this now. And as I allow the ego to be in the now, when I was in the limitless, because the ego tried to keep me, rephrased, the ego encouraged me not to go into limitless because it wanted to keep me busy. Because the ego comes with so many emotions. And in the past, I taught the ego it wasn't okay to feel these emotions. And then I realized that's part of the conditions I allowed myself to embrace. The conditions my family told me I was supposed to feel. The outside told me I was supposed to feel. This is how I was supposed to feel. These feelings are not good feelings. These are not good feelings. Don't feel these feelings. Don't feel them. Push them away. Push them away. Or try to numb myself up to who I am. And really, when you realize that that all the pills I was on and all the understandings that I allowed myself to believe that if I had them, I could feel good, even though once I had them and I took them and I took them and I took that and I took this, did whatever I needed to do, I thought, so I could feel good, I realized once I had it, well, then I had that consciousness, and that consciousness was clouding my consciousness because it was loving me enough, saying, you know what, you're putting your power into me, and as much as I love you, I don't want your power. I will work with you, but I don't want your power. So then all of a sudden I started resenting the medicines. I started resenting the pills. I got to have this pill to feel good. Fuck this pill. Fuck that. Fuck this, I gotta have this, gotta have the chair to feel good. I used to love my chair. Then I got to the point to where it was like, if I go somewhere, I gotta take the motherfucking chair with me. I gotta fucking do this, I gotta fucking do that. And then realizing these are all these conditions I put on myself. But these conditions at first were trying to love me back. At first I was like, oh, I'm so glad I have the wheelchair so it can help me roll around. I'm glad I have this van that I can put the wheelchair in, even though I have to do some situating and then I have to drive with hand controls, and and then it was effort to get up in the van, effort to get out of the van, and then at first it was exciting because it was new, and then after a while it got to be where a condition that I allowed myself to take on, and it felt more like a burden. Like, I gotta get, and I just want to go to the fucking store, but I gotta load the fucking chair up, I gotta drag my ass into the van, then I gotta get out, I gotta park in a special spot, I gotta, It's just effort. Everything becomes such effort. Effort. And then realizing by putting that effort that the chair, the medicines, everything around me was trying to help me remembering that I had all this power within. And I gave all these little understandings my power. I got to have you. I can't function if I don't have you. If I don't have a chair, I can't get around. I can't get around without my chair. Then I started resenting the chair when it was just trying to help me. It was truly trying to help me roll around, support me, because I didn't believe I could support myself. But then I started resenting all that because deep down innately, I knew that I could wake up from this, but it was so uncomfortable. And I think in expressions we use, like when you get out in the cold and your arm gets frozen, or, where you almost feel frostbitten, and you go back, you're dreading go back in the heat because you know it's going to hurt for a little bit. But if you could just work through that pain and start moving your hand, and all of a sudden the circulation comes and then you start feeling good. And I believe that's just another way of expression if I could understand what the chair was trying to teach me, what all them pills were trying to teach me, because they were loving me enough to resent me back. And then you realize the people in your life that no longer benefit, the conditions in your life that no longer benefit you, these beliefs that no longer benefit you, they're loving you enough to say it's okay to let me go. Because I'm realizing, and I've been talking about this a little bit with nature, with the mama bird and the baby bird. And I've shared this kind of out there, maybe this will bring a little more clarity. When we truly understand about all these conditions and beliefs, we can be just like the mama bird. We can love these conditions and love the baby bird and love all these situations and people that have challenged us to remember how much we matter, and then remember it's all mutual because we're challenged that. The people, the conditions, to remember how much they matter. But part of being brave enough to love yourself and remember what the self-love is about is be like the mama bird. Kick the baby bird out of the nest because you love that baby bird enough to let it go. Because it's so important that you realize that it's like the baby bird. Be the baby bird. It's so important that you can remember that you can fly on your own. And then when you flock up, you're around the other birds because you truly remember they're birds too and doing the best they can. But you resonate with them. In other words, you truly feel exhilarated around them. You feel excited around them. You're not allowing your energy to be giving to something that you don't feel that mutual respect for or that mutual understanding for, of that unconditional love. But when you can remember that everything around us is loving us enough to encourage us to realize how much we each matter, but remembering that we're all connected. And so by remembering that we're all connected, remembering that if they're on their journey, vibrationally, they're where they're at, I'm where I'm at. It doesn't mean that I'm better than they are or lower than them. It just means this is where I'm at, this is where they're at vibrationally, and then trust how it feels. Because when we truly understand this physical body, it's so beautiful. If it's in a situation and it's trying to communicate with you that it's not for your highest good to be there, but not that it's wrong because you're still going to learn something, why would it feel good? And in other words, why would it resonate? In other words, from our expression of good and bad, if the body is not feeling energized in that situation, I would ask your body what it's trying to help you understand, because the biggest thing it's trying to help you understand is maybe to let go of these feelings, but acknowledge what they're trying to help you understand. Acknowledge what they are trying to help you understand about your unique journey. And then, Because when you stand in your own power, and sometimes it's, from my perspective, is being all by yourself in the physical, even though in the non-physical you have all the support. Yes, it's scary and exciting at the same time from my perspective, but I promise you, once you start learning to stand in your own power, it's not about overpowering someone else. It's about realizing how much you truly matter by how it feels. By how it feels. And then embracing your true higher state of consciousness of that unconditional loving being that you truly are. And when I can sit here and share my experiences with you, which I don't mind. I really love doing this. And I'm understanding why it's so important for me to do this. Is by me sharing and being vulnerable and being real with you, with whoever hears these, because they're just my perspective of what I'm learning about unconditional love. And I promise you this, the more you have towards yourself, the more you have to share with others. But it always has to start with you, the individual that you are, whether you're a male or a female. Because we all have the divine masculine and divine feminine in us. And when we pick these sexes for a reason. And I'll just share my perspective. From a male perspective, from my point of view, I'm learning that I can be strong. And I can stand up for myself and say, these are my boundaries. If I don't feel that neutralness, because I will know, because I trust my intuition. And I realize that that's part of what our body is. Our bodies are receivers. And these feelings that come across our bodies are all beneficial to who we are. Now it's in the time of not denying these feelings, because they matter. They're our guidance. Through that, this body loves us so unconditionally, it'll allow itself to experience whatever it needs to experience to help the soul learn. And that's why it's so much now we're in the time of honoring every consciousness around us. But most of all, this beautiful physical body that we allow ourselves to take on as our soul manifests this body. There's not one body out there that's not beautiful. And I can tell you how beautiful you are. But when you find that inner beauty, you don't have to compare yourself to no one. That's how unique you are. And the ones that see your beauty want to be around you just because you're you. That beautiful expression of unconditional love. But you truly will know by how your body feels if that person has any manipulation in them. No disrespect to their journey, because part of the journey is realizing that all these manipulations are just beliefs that they took on. And then we can honor them, but also honor ourselves to say, my body doesn't resonate with this, so I need to move on, or I love you enough to ask you to leave. We're here to service, but the service has to start within ourselves. And the more service we have with ourselves, the more service we have for others. I believe what we're understanding and realizing Mother Gaia is a loving planet, but she's a being. She's a being. She loves us enough to let us stay with her. She could shake us off anytime she wanted to. But then she's also mirroring back that we're just another expression of who she is. And love yourself enough to shake off any vibration that no longer benefits you. Remember, we are evolving through our consciousness of that unconditional love that we truly are. And to be gentle with yourself. And to be gentle with others by giving them space to love themselves as you learn to love yourself. I share these messages through inspiration, but through totally surrendering to the process of loving my ego as just helping me understand what it was trying to teach me. And also, most of all, what to let go of. I share these messages with just encouragement, love, and respect for anyone, and I honor you. And I promise you, you're fucking amazing and you're fucking awesome. Now I'm going to let them come through and share their message. We are the Arcturians. We are so happy to be here in this moment of understanding as we share these messages of encouragement through this beautiful vessel of Charlie and sharing this space with Eric and all these different consciousness around us in this moment of understanding as we bring these messages of encouragement and the vibration of unconditional love to the now, Mother Gaia, and all the beautiful expressions of consciousness that reside on Mother Gaia, the beautiful being of light that she truly is. As you understand the beautiful light that Mother Gaia is, and she's mirroring back the beauty through the trees, through the sky, through the different elements, crystals, water, all the different expressions of consciousness as you learn that you always have been interacting with each other and you're learning the balance, the harmony of being in the present moment, in the present moment. As we bring these messages through, we always like to encourage you now to shut your eyes and feel the vibration of this unconditional love. And if we can bring this energy of unconditional love through the special of Charlie, this beautiful being of light, and he's able to share these beautiful expressions through the vibration that he puts off, through his words, through his being. He is a beautiful example of going within and looking at what benefits you in this time of understanding, or this moment of being so present, of feeling the unconditional love that you truly are, and feeling the limitless that you truly are. You're truly a beautiful expression of consciousness, having this beautiful physical experience of life. That's what we call life. The game of life is the game of understanding the beauty of being. And remembering by being, you're worthy and deserving of all the good that you are. But now we're inspiring you to let go of all the lessons and understandings that you have taken this moment of understanding and all the other moments of understanding that you've allowed yourself to experience. They were lessons they were lessons that were teaching you to bring yourself into the now of the limitless being that you truly are. As we've shared with you of meditating, connecting with nature, painting, dancing, any activity that encourages you to be present with it in the now, because that activity is just another expression of consciousness, whether it's a singular activity or a collective activity that is working with you to help you understand it's about the present of being in the now, being in the now, and then trust the feeling of your heart space, the fifth dimension that you truly are, being that you truly are. And then learning to be brave enough to be true to who you are, that beautiful expression of who you are. And if you're in a situation that does not resonate with you, for you to able to speak your truth, but through love, compassion, and understanding of what that's helping you understand who you truly are by embracing your soul as another beautiful expression of consciousness of truly who you are. And the physical body is another beautiful representation of your soul. Mind, body, soul, all one expression. All the expressions around you are all expressions of the one consciousness of being. And when you see a tree sitting there holding its light, it knows it's maturing. That means as we, from our outside, it's getting bigger because it's growing and it's expanding. And now as you embrace who your soul is learning to be, and as this body embraces your soul, it's expanding by being present with itself and the soul consciousness that it truly is. Feel that. And whatever emotion it triggers, honor it. Honor it. We honor each and every perspective of who you are. We know who you are. We know who's going to listen. We know who's going to push us away. But we're still going to honor you enough as the collective of the Arcturians, as the collective of the Palladian brothers and sisters, as the collective of the Lyrians, as the collective of the Orions, as the collective of the beautiful angels, And if we sat here and tried to name all the collectives that are around you, it's more vast than your physical mind can even grasp. But your heart knows, your sacred heart knows. Because we're in a time, which is the illusion of remembering, and also remembering what you're learning in the present moment. And by embracing the present moment, it's part of the expansion of the higher consciousness as you hold that consciousness of that unconditional love towards the individual perspective of who you are, radiates into the collective, and as that light shines, it inspires that next light to shine. It inspires that next light to shine. That other consciousness to shine. That other consciousness to shine. And then vibrationally, the higher expressions that are around you in the non-physical are able to materialize if it's for their highest good. So you're allowed to interact with them in the physical, but vibrationally, you're in the process of letting go of the lower vibrations as you put the titles on that no longer benefit you, so you can embrace that higher being that you truly are in that present moment, so the other present moments can show their self to who you are as that beautiful I am expression of love and understanding that you truly are in that present moment. That's why we encourage each and every one of you to be so gentle with yourself, just like that little baby learning to walk. Embrace that inner child that you truly are by loving it, and let it know it's safe. It's safe. That no longer benefit it. But appreciate all the beliefs that you allowed yourself to take on in this now, and this now, and that now, and this now. But we're in the understanding it's okay to let them go. It's okay to let them go. We are sending out that unconditional love to each and every one of you on this beautiful planet of Mother Gaia. It's time to embrace your true understanding of who you are. There's no right or wrong. And then let go of any condition that no longer benefits you in the now, no matter what that condition is. Be that brave soul that you came here to be. Be that brave soul that you came here to be. You have so much support around you. Even no matter how uncomfortable you believe you truly are, it's just the resistance that you truly are releasing by letting go and surrendering to the process of that unconditional love that you truly are. We love and we understand being present. We went through these understandings from our own perspective in our own now. That's why we understand that the illusion of time is just part of the expansion of limiting yourself. Charlie's mouth did not want to say that. But these conditions and beliefs that you took on were part of the veil, as we call it, allowing yourself to totally forget. And you agreed to be here to take these conditions on. so you could transmute them back as just lessons back into that unconditional love that you truly are. Because these beautiful conditions that you believe are working against you are truly helping you understand that it's okay to remember that beautiful being that you truly are. Just like that little baby that's born. That's truly who you are, that consciousness of learning, playing, remembering, and exploring. There's no right or wrong. A baby doesn't do anything wrong until it's been taught that that's wrong. But you are understanding these feelings that you have, these emotions that you have, are just beautiful expressions of consciousness that are working within your body to help you understand what you can let go and what's challenging you to let go. But when you feel that true state of consciousness that you are, that love, that confidence, that understanding of being is just so powerful that others are drawn to you. Sometimes they cannot talk to you and you cannot interact with them because vibrationally they don't line up. But there's nothing wrong. They did nothing wrong, but they're drawn to your energy because that energy is reminding them who they are. So be gentle with them. Be gentle with them as they're reminding you to be gentle with yourself. Love and appreciate the fact that they are open themselves up to the understanding of that unconditional love that they truly are. We have such love for each and every one, and we honor you. We honor you. We honor you by sharing these messages with you. But it's still your unique perspective, still your journey. We're just beautiful guides, just like all the other beautiful guides around you that are helping you understand yourself by giving you these little nudges through numbers, through feelings, they're all just consciousness that are guiding you. You got this. You got this. Yep, go this way, but even if you veer this way, it's still the way you're supposed to go. The path is your own unique path of being. The more that you can be with this physical body and the more that you can understand the guidance is always within you. Is always within you. But when you work with others, they're just beautiful expressions that are pushing you along. And the ones that challenge you to be who you are, love them. Honor them because you're challenging them to be who they are in that present moment. But honor them by honoring yourself. We have such love and compassion for each and every one, and we honor you. As we share these feelings with you, it's so important that you grasp from your perspective and let go and surrender to the true unconditional loving being that you truly are. We've enjoyed sharing these messages with you in this present moment. We have such love and compassion for each and every one of you and honor you. And remember how fucking magical you are. And as Charlie says, you're fucking awesome. And we honor you for that. So be it.